Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming to the program from My Civil Society, the founder, Mr. Alfred Frazier Jr., and his partner, Dr. Richard Harris. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to the program.
Good morning.
I'm glad
Good
to be
morning.
on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Chill out. All we're going to do is have a conversation.
All right.
gentlemen.
I'm ready.
It's all good. It's
I'm
all
trying to
chill.
sound smooth like you. I needed a minute. I just needed a minute.
We just going to talk. And then you also brought some other guests. Would you go ahead and introduce yourself, darling?
Hi, my name is Passion.
Hey, Passion. No, you ain't got to press nothing. Just talk. Go ahead.
Good morning, Houston. My name is Johnny Chalvis.
All right. You don't want to introduce yourself?
And I am Dave Lewis, DJ. They call me DJ with Second Chances.
Indeed. So if you were listening to the program last week, a couple of weeks ago, I had the lovely Chris J on the program whose video went viral for her birthday. She was doing this 35 for 35 and gave lunch to a homeless man by the name of Maurice. And so we had them on the program, and Al was with them and helped out. Maurice cleaned him up, gave him some clothes and all of that. And so they were telling me about My Civil Society, and he was here, and I didn't know that he was here. And I'm like, oh, man, you got to come back on the program so we can talk about My Civil Society. And so they are back, so welcome. Tell us about My Civil Society and what it is that you all do.
Absolutely. So we were initially founded earlier this year. The concept was originated in October 2017. And I was able to manifest it beginning with the 501c3 in, I think, February 2nd. The goal with civil society is to revolutionize education. I think for brown and black people, the disadvantage is education. And I am, as I think you read my bio a little bit about me, I was that kid that dropped out of high school my freshman year, had a second chance, met this guy who really taught me. I really recruited him to teach me how to read and write. And then from there, me, God, we just took off. So I know how important education is. I didn't go to college or anything, but I'm a person that's committed to life learning. And so for the youth out there, the students in 3rd, 5th Ward and all these other areas, my objective is to help them avoid the pitfalls that I went through. And, a lot of stuff in my bio you may be asking later, but so I want to help them get an advantage, brown and black kids, any kid, really, any student who wants to learn. So that's our biggest push is education. And so I recruited Dr. Harris. I recruited a few other very significant people that are more highly intelligent people, right? So I try to surround myself with people who are smarter than me, better than me, and that brings out the best in everyone, I think. So I have a group of people that just support me. I have about 80 members. My guy DJ here, Second Chances, he's been a huge component of just working together. And that basically signifies the relationships I'm trying to do in civil society. It's not just about me, it's about working in the community with all the nonprofits as possible, because if we're going to give this generation the opportunity that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King paved the way for us, if we're going to leave a legacy to make it easier for them, it's going to take all of us, all hands on deck.
Indeed.
And so, education is big. The second thing we have is health. That's why Dr. Harris is here. He runs our health initiative, basically putting some things together for 2019, some health fairs and some education in 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, and some other areas we want to do. And the next is outreach. And that's how I actually met Ms. Poole is we did a big homeless drive giveaway back in March, I believe. I initiated it. What's funny is Ms. Poole is she did her 35 giveaways for her birthday.
Right.
Well, I text my friends on my 17th of January, my birthday. I say, listen, I don't want to make it about me. I never celebrate birthdays anyway. So how about we do something fun and collect a bunch of goods and give it away at Shape Community Center this year for the homeless. And we collected so much, man. It was amazing. So much support. And so we gave it away. And Ms. Poole reached out to Shape, and Shape said, well, we don't handle anything like that, but we know Mr. Frazier with My Civil Society. That's what they do. So outreach, which includes homeless and a lot of stuff, drives that we do, actually working with Second Chance, partner with them with their outreach program. Education is our huge, that's our cornerstone. And then health, we want to really get into Black people, brown people, health, eating, and Dr. Harris will talk more about that.
Yeah, Dr. Harris, what were your thoughts when Al approached you about being a part of My Civil Society?
So originally, I met Al at an event, the Young African Professionals. We were both at the event. One of my friends had asked me to speak at the event about health and wellness. I'm an MD. I'm an internal medicine doctor. I'm also a pharmacist, but I'm very holistic in my approach to health.
Oh, wow.
I want to get people off meds, not on meds. You know, the problem in today's society is we medicate first, educate second. And that shouldn't be the case. We should educate first and then use medication as a last resort. And after I gave this speech, Al came up to me and approached me, told me what he was working on. And I have a huge heart for giving, a huge heart for the community. I believe that I wouldn't be where I am without so many people helping me out and uplifting me. And it's only right that we all do our part to give back to the community. And so we met a few times and really clicked. Our mindsets really clicked. And he told me what his vision was. And I said, you know what? I got some people I know that can help you out. And so brought in another good friend of ours, and we're just working on some really great things I think will help a lot of kids and a lot of adults, and just overall improve the community.
Indeed. You're listening to Access Houston, and we're talking to Al Frazier and Dr. Richard Harris of My Civil Society. DJ, who is also with Second Chances, who collaborates with My Civil Society. Talk about Second Chances role and what it is that you all do and how the collaboration came about.
Sure. So I haven't even been in Houston a year. We're based out of Los Angeles, California, and I decided to come back and help my own community. I'm originally from Texas. And in that, I met someone that's part of civil society, actually in Dallas. I didn't even meet him here. And that Monday, I met him on a Saturday. That Monday, he asked me to come to an event where Al was. He wanted me to meet Al. And the gentleman at the time didn't even know what I did. He just thought I should meet Al. And I met Al, and he and I got into this conversation, like this deep conversation about the community and the whole nine. Like it was like instant, just, I don't know. You know how some people you meet and you're like, this is my brother. Like this is me and this dude are same passion, same passion for our people, same passion for the community. And from that day on, like I'm anybody that wants to better our community, and really want to better. A lot of people talk about it, but Al has really set out to better our community, and I want to partner with people like that because I'll spend the rest of my life doing this, and I know Al will spend the rest of his life doing this as well. And so that's really how I met Al. And what Second Chances is, we focus on more so the incarceration piece. What we do in Second Chances, like we want to be a voice and want to be an advocate for people that are coming out of incarceration, of course, those with low-level crimes, but help them move forward. There's a lot of programs out there, but nobody knows about these programs. There's not a lot of second chance programs in Texas. There's about 14 like major programs in Texas, and if you look around, they're not in the rural areas, which is where most people that are being incarcerated are in places like East Texas or places like that. So that's really what we focus on. We focus on the homeless piece, job placement, further education. So we're working on now different partnerships with colleges, tech schools, the whole nine. And so Al, what the piece that Al's focusing on, which is important to us, which is why I'm partnering with him on that, is like the kids. I think as the kids go, so do the adults. So it's hard to get an adult to change their habits that have been set in place for years and years. Not saying that it's not possible, but it's extremely hard. And so if we can grab these kids that are being affected by things like incarceration, things like drugs, and show them that you can do something different. You can move beyond that. It's a lot harder, but you can. So I've decided to be a mentor and help Al like any way I can, like anything he needs from me that I can. Like I'm committed to the program and to the kids.
That's what's up. Listen to Access Houston. We're talking to the people with My Civil Society and Second Chances. This is I'm just so filled right now because this is right up my alley. This is why you guys are here, and I love hearing stories like this. I love putting the city on to an organization that they may not be privy to, and the goodness that you all are doing in the community. You brought some young ladies with you. Are they a part of the program? Young Passion over here. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine.
Good, and you're a part of the program. Tell us about your experience with My Civil Society.
Well, my experience from civil society was like, at first, when I first met Mr. Al, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna talk to him. I was the type of person where I don't like to open up to a lot of people, because when I used to open up to a lot of people, I always get hurt at the end.
They try to put it against you, like things that you shared and all that. Yeah,
I was really like debating about, should I trust him? Should I not? So I was just feeling like that, and then that's when I started getting, he started coming, and then I started getting a mentor, to help me more in life. And I was like, I kind of like it. I think, I'm going to try, I'm going to get used to it. So I did, and then that's when, we started, going out to places, having fun, showing what young people, like, can do. Like, your life is not always, like, down and stuff. You can always be happy at it sometimes. And I felt happy, and I was like, it's a lot of things that I never did that I did with them. Like, I never really been to the movies, and when I went with them and I seen his documentary, I was like, oh my God, like, I could relate to some things that, he did, and I was like, and what happened with his life, and I was like, I can relate to that, and I was like, I'm getting used to this, like, I really like it, like, I'm gonna stay with it. And then I'm just like, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people, should join a group, and it might be something good for them. They might be something in life. Like, I always wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to be like a motivated person to speak to young people. It was like, tell my life story and stuff like that. And cause my life story was kind of hard for me. And so I felt like that I could be open now, because I'm around people that's like want to help me and stuff like that. And it's just like when I used to go home, I used to cry, because I used to be like, should I really trust them? Like, is they gonna really be here for me and stuff like that? And I used to just think hard about it. And then that's when I was like, oh my gosh, like, I really want to do this. I really want to change. I really want to be a different person, because, like, I don't know. It's just like my feeling with the group is like family, because I really never had nobody when I was growing up. And I'm like, when they came into my life, I was like, wow, like, I really got a family on my side. Like, I started, getting attached to, well, I call her Nene. But yeah, I started getting attached to her. I look at her as a big sister, and then Terralyn. And then I was like, I'm like thankful for everybody, that's in my life in this group. And I felt like that, when you have somebody on the side of you, and like they really, ride for you, whatever like that. That's what we using.
Oh no, it's all good. I mean, hey, we on the box. We talk, we talk street here.
Yeah, so like I feel like that I'm not alone no more in this journey that I want to go through. I know I have somebody to lean on hard times.
Man.
So like when I was going through my hard times, I called Mr. Al, and he talked me through it, and I felt like that I don't always need to have revenge on people.
Now you got a support system, and you got people that you trust that you can lean on.
Yes,
and like you said, like you got a family.
Yeah, so because my old me, I would be like, I want to get this person because that person did something bad to me. But I always got to look on the good side, that it's not always bad. You could be like, this person did me bad or whatever. I'm going to get revenge. It's not always the answer. You need to like talk it out with the person, or, just not hold that grudge with that person. Don't hold a grudge, because you don't want no one to hold a grudge to you, like when you need someone, and you was really close to that person. And the thing that I went through with one of my friends, I went through a lot with her. But when I talked to Mr. Al or whatever like that, I wanted to talk to her. And I sat down and I actually talked to her. And now that we're back cool, we're on good terms. And she was like, I'm sorry for what I did. And I said, I'm sorry for what I did, because we both did something wrong. But I feel like that this group is meant a lot to me, and I really don't want to lose like nobody in this group. Like, I really want to stay in this group. Like, it meant a lot to me, and in the future, I really want to be a writer, to like write on my past, you know.
When you gonna do it? Yeah.
And then notify everybody that was here for me, like on my bad days, and was still here for me on my good days. And you know, I'm just so happy. Like this.
And I'm so happy for you, like for real. I mean, I'm over here tearing, but it's a mixed bag, and that's why you see the tears, girl. You're not supposed to do this to me. I'm sorry, baby. Tell me your experiences with My Civil Society.
Again, good morning, Houston. My name is Janisha Elvis, and I began to meet Mr. Al because I was actually dealing with the loss of my mother and my grandmother while I was in high school. So I began to meet with our wraparound resource specialist, Ms. Danielle Turner, and she actually connected me with Mr. Al. And while I was dealing with that, I was going through a really tough time. You know, I felt like I was alone and I didn't have nobody on my side. It was a really tough time. Then I began to meet Mr. Al and talk to him, and he began to let me know, you know, my dreams are not diminished. You know, there's still hope for them, and I can't let this get me down. I have to keep that demeanor that my grandmother and my mother embedded inside of me, and to help my future, and that I can still be that successful person that I've always wanted to be. And so now he is my very personal mentor, and I am so glad to say that because he has really helped me, and I joined this group simply because I believe in his vision, and his vision was to help kids like me. And speaking for the future, I am now going to be one of his junior mentors.
Okay. Big ups.
Just as well, so I can help fulfill that dream and help see it through, you know, because I want to pay it forward. I feel like if someone was able to help me during my tough times, I want to be able to do the same for another student as well, or another child, or because I feel like when you set that foundation for positivity, that you won't have kids, you won't have as many kids being incarcerated or getting into so many bad things simply because they know they have someone on their side. And I feel like that's where most of the anger and a lot of that comes from, because they feel so alone. You know, they don't feel like they have nobody on the side, nobody understands them, and civil society gives you that. Civil society lets you know somebody is here for you, we care about you, and we're going to do all we can to help you, no cost to you, you know. And that's
awesome. That is amazing. You listen to Access Houston. We're talking to the great people at Civil Society and Second Chances. I am just so full right now listening to you two young ladies. I didn't expect this at all, but this is just a testimony to what you guys are doing and the impact that you all have at My Civil Society. Where can people get more information if they just want to know more?
We're at mycivilsociety.com. We have a Facebook page, but go to the website to get more information. We need volunteers. We need support. I'm glad you mentioned impact. Can I speak a little bit about that? So we started in March, and a lot of the people, it was just 2 of us, and now it's about 80 members. So we've exploded. And again, we just started our Facebook page, literally. So social media was not the thing; it was just word of mouth. And we've exploded, and not only just exploded, but the quality of people that we have. People of color that are professionals, doctors, filmmakers, lawyers. We got a judge. We got so many different impactful people. We have he's a geophysicist. So it's just a lot of people that, and I that's my key. Like, just surround yourself with the best minds and figure things out. And so that's the key.
I want to say here on the record, we can be a media partner with this.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
We'll talk about that off. You know,
Okay.
we'll get the specifics. But yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
Indeed. Go ahead.
Thank you. So impact. I was just going back to show you how we've grown without social media, with quality people who want to change, and so now I worked with Yates first, and Dr. Davis, who was the principal at Yates. He gave me the first shot, and I really didn't know what to do, man. I was just, as you may have read,
you just had the will to help. You just wanted to help. You wanted to do something.
I had no idea
enough.
how to help students. All I know is the pain that I felt, the abandonment growing up in my heart, and all the stuff I've been through. The like she talked about, the anger, the pain. I've been to jail 2 or 3 years. I was in and out of jail because I was angry, because I had no one who had my back. I was tired of just me, just me trying to figure things out. And don't get me wrong, God has been huge in my life. And so I rebelled and I went to jail, and I was just hanging out with dubious people, drug dealers, money laundering, all that sort of stuff. And ended up just throwing my life away. And then God put me back together. And that's when I realized, when I start accumulating all these material things and my life being patched back together, I realized, like, he's not doing this for nothing. This isn't about the material things. I could care less about that. I grew up poor. I don't need all this stuff. But there's a reason, like it was compelling to say, okay, I have enough. I don't need any more. What can I do now? And that's a question I challenge anyone who has reached a plateau. What's next for you? What's next? Because that's the question I ask myself. You have 3 cars. You live in a nice apartment, luxury apartment. You have, investments. What's next? Now what? And so I asked myself that question, and I said, I want to prove to God that I'm a good steward. And so the principal at Yates gave me an opportunity to mentor in his school, and we did a great job. They were very proud that we were consistent, we were reliable, we was actually getting kids to recruit kids, which is a big deal, because when kids feel like it's working, they'll tell their friends. And we have 21 kids in our program right now. And so the goal now is that the principal at Yates has been promoted to the assistant superintendent of HISD. So he's over 280 schools now. And he came to me first. He said, I want you as Civil Society Director to get involved in this initiative. So the initiative now for HISD and his goal that has been given to him as a new assistant superintendent is to reach 100,000 brown and black boys. Engage with them, encourage them, incentivize them, and bring in partners, corporate partners, nonprofits, all of them, so that we can create internships. We can incentivize them with having jobs if they don't want to go to college, some really good positions. If they go through college, getting them in a good position with corporations. So that's the initiative he handed to me. And so my goal in the next 60 to 90 days is to get about 100 plus nonprofits together to create like a union, and we're gonna have a strategy to reach 100,000 boys of color in the next 10 years. Let me say that realistically. So,
yeah. And you're gonna do it. We're gonna make that happen. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, I mean, you can come back on the program to talk about that as
Absolutely.
well. We can
Thank
get
you.
more into that. This has been incredible. I'm not gonna even lie. What you all are doing, hearing these ladies' stories, just the energy and the love that I feel, like this is amazing. I'm so glad that you all came on the program today to let the city know about this, and this is going to be a continuing, ongoing effort.
Thank you.
And you have my word on the record on this radio station that millions of people can hear in this in the southeast region of Texas. That we're gonna ride with y'all. We're gonna be there. In the words
Excellent.
of Young Passion. All right. So
Thank you.
Mr. Al Frazier, Dr. Richard Harris, DJ, ladies, thank you all for coming on. I wish if I had more time, we would have the whole hour.
No
We
problem,
really
no
could
problem.
talk the whole hour. I just got other ones to get to.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we
problem.
appreciate
open
it.
invitation. This is going to be a beautiful relationship, partnership to help my civil society and Second Chances do what it needs to do in the community.
Absolutely.
So thank you all for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.